and a wonderful welcome to all of our Gold viewers who are here with us today. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and one of the MCs here at Gold, and I'm very excited to have Amrita Desai with me here today. Welcome, Amrita.
Hey, hi, Kristen. How are you?
Wonderful to have you back here at Gold. You will have a presentation for us in our upcoming Birth and Beyond Navigating the Unexpected lecture pack that's coming up with our Midwifery conference in 2025. And your presentation is titled Overcoming Obstacles in Breastfeeding, a Case Study Approach. I'm very excited to talk to you a little bit about that in a moment, but I want to hear more about you. You're an IBCLC and you are in India. So tell us a little bit about your background and the wonderful work you're doing in your community.
Well, Kristen, what can I say? I have been working as a board-certified lactation consultant for close to about 16 years now. And every mom and baby that I see, I feel like I keep learning something new all the time. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things off the top of my head that I can tell you is last night, as I was just, winding up work and getting ready to leave, we had a mom who delivered twins at about 35 weeks. And these babies were twin girls. They are twin girls. And they are 1.8 and 1.9 kilos. And we've chosen to keep them with the mother. So everything that we speak about baby friendly, for preemies, we are doing it. So we did skin to skin, we did start breastfeeding, we've started expression of milk, and it gave me immense pride that my team managed to do it when I was not around because she delivered a little closer to midnight. So yes, that it gives me immense joy that I have finally managed to come to a point where I don't have to be physically, personally present, but I do have my nursing staff who are so gung-ho about getting, the breastfeeding going that they'll call me in the morning and tell me that, oh, we did all this when you were not there. So that's wonderful.
Wonderful. Oh, that makes my heart so full. And it brings me so much joy to hear this, and for you, what a story of success. You worked so hard to educate everyone, get everyone on board and train everyone. And now the hospital, is doing these wonderful things, keeping babies with mom, breastfeeding on the way. I mean, those little preemies there, it's wonderful news. So all this hard work is paying off and the families are really reaping the benefits from that, and that's what it's all about the babies and the families, of course.
It's wonderful to, sorry to cut you there, but so what happens is I have moms who have delivered at our setup who go out and, they are these big, huge publicity mongers who go and tell other mothers that, you know what, this happened with us. We held our babies. Having a C-section made no difference. We did skin to skin and all of this. And then they go on and tell other 10 different moms. And that is another wonderful part of this entire journey.
Yes, they're sharing it and they're educating others and telling others, look, it is possible, and this has such a ripple effect. So that one family, the wonderful work you did for them, then tells 10 other families and they have that experience and they tell others. So it affects the entire community. That's absolutely brilliant. I love hearing that. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. So your presentation here is about overcoming obstacles in breastfeeding. And you're an expert on that. There's so many obstacles to breastfeeding. And we could have a whole conference on that topic, of course, right? We have also our lactation conference as well. But for this purpose here, you are presenting case studies, which is always a wonderful vehicle of learning, I find, because that brings you really actual cases to the forefront, which you can, walk us through. So tell us a little bit about what we can look forward to.
So one of the things that I always like to discuss when, I'm training new nurses or I'm speaking with parents antenatally, just when they're getting on the wagon of being pregnant and wanting to know what to do and not to do when the baby's in the picture. One of the commonest things that I find lacking is that a mother tends to get discharged from the hospital setup just when her milk supply is sort of building up. And they go home with just a little bit of breastfulness, mild, not engorgement per se, but just a little bit of filling up. And in the next 2, 3 days, the mother's back with full-blown engorgement, whether you have breastfed from first day or not. So then it always makes me think that what kind of training can be given just at that point of discharge. So she understands that this is anticipated. The breast may feel a little different. The baby may find it a little difficult to latch. And what are these small little tips and tricks that she can do in advance so she doesn't come with really painful engorgement? So
wonderful.
These are a few things that I intend to talk about in the session.
Wonderful. That's so important. You're absolutely right. Moms and parents go home with that little bit of knowledge, and maybe breastfeeding and chest feeding got off to a good start, but things can change, things can get a little rocky, or they feel this fullness and nobody has talked to them about what is happening there, to give the family the tools, right? That they can do this, and it changes so much about how they feel, how confident they feel. And that leads me to the next topic. You will also talk about milk supply, right?
Yes, I will be talking about milk supply. So I know I'm in India. We don't have like a US FDA here. Domperidone is routinely available. We just have to suggest it. And yes, we can have somebody from the OBGYN team just write it down. But I know that there are other lactation professionals, midwives, nurses around the globe where they find that, giving medications or domperidone, so to say, off the counter is really difficult. So one of the key notes or one of the key takeaways from the session would be that giving medications to augment milk supply is actually your last option. There are a ton of things that can be done. I'm sure that the mother has missed out on a couple of points when she was counseled, but getting really hands-on, trying to see how's the latching, trying to see what is the frequency of the feeds that are happening, trying to see if she's actually doing everything that has been told to her. And then if she's still struggling, then yes, maybe a medication. So that is something I would like to put out there, because ever since domperidone has come like this big superstar on the market, find that everyone is very keen to just write it down. Oh, okay, no weight gain. Okay, domperidone. Oh, something else. Oh, okay, domperidone. So that should always be the last option to go to. And yeah, that's also something that I would like to bring ahead as a part of this session.
Because if the other issues are not resolved, as you mentioned, there could be many issues that are going on, why the milk supply is not where it should be, or where we want it to be, and the parents want it to be, before. Just giving medication doesn't really often fix the problem. Yes, in some cases, it is warranted, and as you said, as a last resort. But there may be so many other things going on. What you mentioned, the latch, positioning, what's going on with the baby, does the baby maybe have a tongue tie? Well, some other things happening there why the baby can't properly latch, and the milk supply. And also how to protect the milk supply in cases where that is, happening, where something else, underlying issues are there. How can mom protect her milk supply, build it and protect it? And I'm very happy that you are going to address that in your presentation as well. Amrita, before I let you go, any last final words of wisdom here for us?
Okay, words of wisdom. I'm not sure. So I feel that as a lactation professional, we should now come to a point where we stop handing out advice as this works for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. So, for example, something like a cradle position of breastfeeding may not work with a mother who has really large size breasts. It gets very difficult for her to position. You have to do some bit of out of the box thinking. A couple of days back, I had one of these mothers, and I think she must have been the largest breast-wise that I have seen in my all my years of practice. And I struggled to try and get her into a comfortable position, to the point where I realized that everything that I have studied through all books and all photos and everything, it wasn't comfortable for her. Mm-hmm. So we actually had to think of using the pregnancy pillow, not even the breastfeeding pillow, the pregnancy pillow, which would support her arms. It would support a big chunk of her breast tissue,
mm-hmm.
and the baby would lie in front of that breast tissue and be able to comfortably feed. There was no way this mom would, hold her child and support the breast and do the latch and breast compressions and all of that at the same point of time. Right. So I feel that if I had to give a bit of advice, this is what it would be. Every single mother and baby that you see is a different scenario altogether. It's not a one size fits all approach.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Oh, thank you for sharing that. And thank you for sharing this story too. It really shows, yes, you can have all the knowledge from the books and everything, but you still need to, be creative and think outside the box in many cases where you really can support then the family and, in these situations. So thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you also for being here with us today. We are looking very much forward to your presentation, Overcoming Obstacles in Breastfeeding, a Case Study Approach. Thank you so much. And we'll see you soon again, Amrita.
Thank you. See you.
And for our viewers now, some information. This presentation and the other presentations of the Birth and Beyond Navigating the Unexpected lecture pack is available during our Midwifery conference, and we get started on February 3rd. So if you would like to find out more about these presentations and also the Midwifery conference, we invite you to go to goldmidwifery.com to find out more. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and I hope to see you at the conference. Bye-bye, everyone.